Hello, 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 and welcome to Positivity Island here on Backchannel. Backchannel is the only place that you can watch, listen, and talk to your hosts live. And you know what? We really love it when you get involved. Actually, having said that, I've not even got onto the dashboard, Will. My name's Kate Cocker. Hello, hello, hello. I do a podcast called Everyday Positivity, and here you find yourself on Positivity Island, where we have an hour of joy to bring you some positivity and help you to maintain a positive mindset. My name's Kate Cocker.
Hello, I'm Will Dell.
Nice to meet you, Will.
Nice to meet you too, Kate. Thanks for having me.
If you want to take part in the show today, all we need you to do is ask your Amazon Echo to say, and then give us your message.
Whatever you want.
I forgot that I can ruin the space-time continuum in here by using the word echo.
Oh, because your device is called Echo, not Eliza in that room.
I know, and I'm going to have to do this. Echo. Echo. Oh dear. I just interrupt this broadcast. Hang on.
Go on. That's so funny. Hi to everybody who's here. Stacey said, good morning. I'm dead tired today. Please share some of your energy with me.
Here it comes, Sonny. Right at you. Ready? What I love is that the Amazon Echo played H.
Oh, okay.
I know. So we've got a little blast of H there as well.
Nice.
So all you have to do is ask your Amazon Echo to say, good morning, Kate and Will, just like Stacey has. And as Sonny said, good morning, I'm dead tired today. Please share some of your energy with me. A little bit of a jig for that one. We call our Amazon Echo Eliza, so not to ruin the space-time continuum, because if we called her proper name, exactly what happened then would happen.
Anything could happen.
All the time.
Could turn your lights off. Could order some stuff. I don't know. Anything.
Disaster time. So what's going on, Will?
I'm in a silly, goofy mood today, Kate.
Oh, good. I love a silly, goofy mood.
I'm in a silly, I don't really know why.
Okay.
I just am. How's things going with you? You're in front of the map today?
I am, Mr.
I was in front of the map on Tuesday.
Yes, I know. I thought I'd go to the map because you were in front of the map and it worked so well. So yes, I'm in front of the map and in the sunshine.
It's nice.
As Mr. Cocker is at home today, he is broadcasting live to the UK on the national radio station.
His audience is probably a little bit bigger than yours, so he can have like the good.
I tell you what, they might be bigger, but they're not as much fun.
They're not as chatty. And
they're not as chatty. Not as chatty at all. Ryder's here. Ryder has said, Eliza, say, hello, I'm back.
Hi, Ryder. How are things going with you?
They're really good, actually. I was really excited that Liv was talking about coffee machines. And it got me to thinking, what's your coffee order, Will? Just so I know for the future.
So, the first thing in the morning, if it's my first one of the day, it's black. Just straight black. Espresso,
right, there's
water.
Rules.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Baby.
no. I know.
This is me we're talking about.
I know.
This is the man who has an underpants formula.
Well,
there's always rules.
Interestingly, as I got dressed, as I'm going away after the show, I'm getting in the car and going down to London. Am I a bit jumpy and jittery? Just for production references, my visuals jumpy and jittery. No, they're not. So yes, I'm going down for a paddleboarding weekend in London. I was packing my bag this morning, and I said to Tim, "How many pairs of pants do I need?" and Tim went, "How many mornings are you waking up?"
There you go.
And then I went, +1.
+1.
Especially if I'm going on a paddleboard.
Yeah, because then you might.
I'm not wearing my underpants on a paddleboard.
Do you think we've gotten through a show in the past month, Kate, where we've not spoken about our underpants?
Well, I do think that is the lay of the land.
Yeah, it's just what we've become.
There's nothing funnier than underpants.
No, one day, next time I see my parents, I'm going to bring home Captain Underpants so I can show it.
Perfect. So tell me about your coffee order, because there's a system.
So, back to the rules. If it's the first one of the day, it's black.
Yep.
Espresso, water. The second one of the day, if there is one, is has milk in it. Now, my first one of the day is like my posh coffee, where I've freshly ground my coffee beans.
Ooh.
But my second one of the day. No, I only have I have a bean grinder.
Okay.
And I have a stove top, like a mop
nice.
pot.
So you do a pour over, whatever they're called.
Yeah, that kind of thing. That kind of
Yeah.
thing. But my second one of the day is instant because coffee beans are expensive and I can't be going through them that fast.
Yes, they are.
So that's my complicated order. What is yours?
So I tell you what, we said we were going to ask what people's order was,
Hmm.
but actually, I would like to know what people's coffee rules are.
Do you have coffee rules?
I do, Will.
I thought you might, Coca. You make a good coffee. You make good coffee.
Ah, thank you. So my coffee rules are no more than 3 before, and I must stop
6
at
a.m.
1 a.m. 1 p.m. Sorry.
Yeah.
So by 1 p.m. I've stopped, and I'm trying to reduce the amount of caffeine. Hence my gold can.
Okay.
So trying to not have caffeine after about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock latest. So
Do you think the caffeine has an effect? Can you feel it working?
I think that one of the reasons that at 2:30, which is what it is UK time here, I start yawning in the middle of a Backchannel show is
Yeah,
because my
2:30
caffeine
yawns.
wears off. But they say that, don't they? They say if you get up and you have to have a cup of coffee, then you're not getting enough sleep. And I don't get up and have to have a cup of coffee. I just really like having a cup of coffee. But I do wonder if I'm replicating that.
Maybe. I don't think it has the same effect on me that it used to. And also, my favorite part of my morning coffee is having a piece of chocolate with it.
In the morning?
At 10 o'clock.
Oh, I think I might have chocolate rules.
Okay. Sunny said, I'm easy. Black coffee unless I'm going for a latte, in which case I prefer chai or matcha. Very nice. Not tried chai or matcha, so looking forward to... Oh, with almond milk.
Nice. Nice. I'm trying to reduce the amount of dairy milk I have. And so I have been having a bit of half and half going on. So I fill up with a bit of water and then I do a steamed milk on top. I'm a latte drinker myself.
Yeah.
I like a latte drinker. So I'm going to come back to the latte thing because the other thing that I wanted to know was, do you have a coffee shop name?
Yeah. Okay,
You do?
so this is going to make...
What's your coffee shop name? Then surely this is like one of those things, like it's your first name with your grandparents' surname.
Yeah, and the street that you grew up on.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to further be sounding like a coffee snob.
Right.
But the places that I frequent do not always ask you for your name. They're not the kind of places where they would ask you for your name.
Right.
But I have been known to go by Freddie in a coffee shop, who's my, as you'll know, my cooler alter ego. Sometimes I go by Freddie in a coffee shop.
That's what you say your name is?
Yeah.
Freddie is your alter ego's name?
He's my cooler alter ego, yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting that Freddie is the name that you've chosen.
Because Freddie, because my mum wanted to call me Freddie after Freddie Mercury.
Oh, okay. That's a cool. Okay, I get that.
Sorry, I thought you had. I assumed that you had knowledge there, which you hadn't.
I did not have knowledge there. Assume knowledge. Okay, so coffee shop name. My father-in-law, my husband's dad, is called Kevin.
Yeah. Carry on.
This is okay. Let's explain this because Sunny has very clearly pointed out I misunderstood what you meant by coffee shop name. My coffee shop name is The Human Being.
I mean, that is a very...
That's a great name for a coffee shop. But
yeah,
something always happens in that interaction, doesn't it? So you have that interaction. We haven't even told people what's coming up on the show. Let's come to that in a minute.
Yeah,
we have the interaction at the coffee shop counter goes like this.
Yep.
They all take your order and they say, what's your name? And they write your name on the side of the cup and then it can lead to hilarious consequences.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this is your coffee shop name. So what we're really asking is, do you make up a name? Because it's easier. Sunny says, I just tell them, Sunny.
Sunny, yep.
My father-in-law, this is what I was telling you, my husband's dad is called Kevin. And when we went to Disney World coffee shop, where they take names, he went up to, and he said, I'll have a latte, please. I know he always has a latte. What's your name? Kevin. And when it came to being picked up, it was Kenny. And so this is what's now happened. We went to Disney World because it was his, we had to tell people that it was like his 60th birthday or something like that because we wanted to be able to get off work.
Of course.
And so we made out like it was his 60th birthday. So everywhere we went, we told them it was his 60th birthday. And everywhere we went, everyone sang happy birthday to him. To Kenny. And so now in the whole family, whenever it's someone's birthday, we change their name.
Yeah.
So Tim we sang we got the whole of the Hard Rock Cafe in London to sing happy birthday to Terry on Tim's birthday.
Yeah, okay.
And then this week we had Kenny and Peggy. His wife is called Pauline. Kenny and Peggy's birthday.
It's like
this is what it's grown.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like having an alter ego, or sometimes in shows where they go by a name that's similar. I like that.
Yeah, coffee shop alter ego. Yeah, right. So we say what's coming up on the show, Will?
Okay, so, Sonny, that's hilarious. Sonny, I obsessed with the fact that you thought we meant, like, what would you call your coffee shop, which is a perfect way to interpret what we were talking about.
And also, the Human Bean is the name of the coffee shop on Positivity Island as of this moment.
Amazing. Okay, on today's show, I've got, obviously I've got another statement for you. I've got more rules that I need to share. Have you read it?
I've left it as a surprise.
We've got today's episode of Everyday Positivity, which is about... Oh, no, I'll tell you what it's about. I've got some great news stories for you as well, obviously including Dolly Parton news.
Yeah.
And we're going to have some trivia as well. Put your noggins to the test.
Oh, yeah. And you know why I do the trivia? Because I really want you to be able to go into the world and go, did you know? And have something that starts a conversation.
Rachel
like, did you know that there's a Rome in all continents?
I'm glad that you like that fact.
Yeah, I did like that fact. And did you know that Cinderella is actually called Ella? That's her real name.
Yeah.
I know.
Rachel Sunday said, morning, critters.
Morning. There's a coffee shop chain in the US called the Human Bean.
Oh,
well, they've got one on our island as well.
That's Diana. Hi, Diana.
Hi, Diana.
Okay.
Not Diana. It's Diana.
Diana. Okay.
Should we do the Everyday Positivity episode?
That was going to be my next question. Yeah.
Yes, you kind of got yourself a bit distracted there in that process, didn't you?
There's a lot to look at over here.
Do you know what? One day, we will become experts at speaking and reading at the same time.
No, couldn't be. No. Two things at once.
If you want to take part in the show today, please do. You can join us on the Everyday Positivity Facebook group. And in there, we are doing a Facebook Live. The Everyday Positivity Facebook group is Everyday Positivity with Kate Cocker and Diana and Rachel Sunday. And is Gav here yet?
Not yet.
Everybody in the Facebook group can comment on the Facebook Live. If you want to use the future of technology, then you can use your Amazon Echo and you can use the word say to tell us what you want to say. So you would say, Eliza, say, come on, Kate, play that Everyday Positivity episode. And if you're stuck on any of that, you can go to backchannel.tv where you can also leave a review. We like it when you leave reviews. We really do. I'm going to give you a sneak preview. I do a podcast every single day. And today, is this Saturday's episode? I think it might be Saturday's episode.
It is, yeah.
Is about where you come from. Ever heard that wonderful tale of the woman who cut the ends off a joint of meat before she put them in the oven? And when her daughter said, Mum, why do you do that? She turned around and she said, well, that's what you do. You're supposed to do that. That's how you cook meat. Time went by and her brain cog started whirring. And so she asked her mother, Mum, why do we cut ends off the joint of meat? Isn't that how we cook meat? And her mum replies, oh, darling, I used to chop the ends off the meat because I couldn't fit the joint in the oven. This is where I drop into you that while common sense often works, the argument for things being done a certain way is sometimes, well, it's logical or, well, it's common sense. And actually, both of those things are subjective and require a lot of context. So what's common sense to you might not be common sense to someone else. What's logical to you might not be logical to someone else. Side note, probably best to not use this line in an argument with your other half when they say to you, come on, it's logical. I'll leave that one there. The point is, everything that you have is built on the experiences that you have had up until this point and the lessons that you have taken from them. And that your experiences may be similar to someone else's, but they may have come in a different order and have meant something different to someone else. And that everybody has these foundations of context that gets them to the place they need to get to in that moment. It gets them to making those decisions in that moment, right? So today, mull on that. What's got you to where you are? And if you're at the moment struggling to get something through to someone or a message to someone, or you're struggling to make your way through something, have a think about their context. Where have they come from? What is it that they understand the world to be? Understanding where things have come from can help us understand how to make a better future for ourselves. So today, focus in on that, have a think about it, and remember that it's every single one of those experiences that has got you to here that means that you can cope with today. You like that one?
I do like that one. I like it for two reasons.
Okay.
The first is because I'm obsessed with the cutting the ends off the meat to make it fit in the oven.
Have you ever heard that story?
You've said it. I've heard it from you before.
Oh, it's such a great, it's like a fable. I don't even know where it's from. It's like it's one of those stories that's gone through time.
Yeah.
It's a great analogy for,
Mm-hmm.
you know, when you go, it's when you're in a new job and you go in and you're in a new job and you've got loads of people around you and you go, oh, can we just fill in this spreadsheet? Or can we create a spreadsheet? And thinking it's a really useful idea because you can see when you're new into a company how to make something more efficient.
Yeah.
And everybody goes, oh, we don't do it like that.
Yeah. And this is the other reason why I like this episode is because it's about it's a reminder that the where we are now is because of all of the experiences that we've had previously, and the way that we do things and think the things that we think and all the rest of it is because of everything that we've done so far.
Yeah. So, and it's to do with the order that things happen as well. And, you know, your experiences in life start within the womb, you know, like it might be that the first day that you can taste, your mother ate something sweet. And then, so you're like, oh, I like sweet food. And then the next day she eats something sour and you're like, what's that?
Yeah.
But another baby may have had sour first and gone, oh, that's quite nice. And then sweet afterwards. Oh. So really, I mean, my husband said it this morning. We were talking about something with the kids, like organizing something with the kids. And he said, look, it's common sense. Just use a bit of common sense. And I literally went, there's no such thing as common sense. So what do you...
It's only common sense if you... And this is the thing, like I said earlier, about assumed knowledge. Like, you can't... Because people have had different experiences up until this point than you've had. So you can't assume that people know the same things or will act the same way or will, interpret something the same way as you mean it. Yeah,
I know. I do. And it's hard to remember because we really do only see the world from our worldview, you know? And everybody's been in that conversation where they're like, why don't they get what I'm talking about? It's so obvious. And it really isn't, because they've just come to it from a different route.
Yeah.
And it's to be celebrated and understood, I think.
My favorite thing is when somebody asks me, why do you do it like that? And I have to go,
oh,
because it's disarming.
Yeah.
I think I say, I don't know, because it took me so long to learn. It took me ages to learn that just because somebody else does something differently than how I would do it doesn't mean that they're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to learn that.
Yeah. This is a good one for leaders as well, because when you hand something to someone else, I've been talking about this today about delegation. And I think in general, in our team, people are very good at delivering what we need. But one of the biggest complaints I hear from leaders, and I read an Inc. article about it today actually, is that they'll delegate and it takes them too long to delegate, and then something comes back wrong and therefore they won't delegate again. And it's really difficult delegation. It's about empowering people it's about giving them enough to be able to go, you can bring something to this. And it doesn't matter if you get it slightly wrong. It's hard. It's basically what I'm saying. It's really hard.
When I used to do job interviews, people would say, what's something that you need to improve at? What's your biggest weakness? Something like that. I would always say that I'm guilty of a attitude that if you want something done right, you have to do it yourself.
Yeah.
And that's not a great way to think about it.
Well, if you there's that wonderful African proverb of if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Cute.
It's nice, isn't it?
That.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Really nice. Okay, so There's lots of there's lots of people messaging in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
On the Facebook group. I think I can't work out. I can't see enough of it to be able to tell you what's going on.
Most importantly, Gav said hello.
Hi, Gav. Lovely to have you on board in the stream. Proverb, thank you very much. That's saying proverb. I think that might be Rachel, and that Diana's in there as well.
Correct.
Amazing. Lovely to have you along. If you want to take part today, don't forget to utilize your Amazon and use the keyword say. So Eliza, say, oh, I love that proverb, and we'll get that message through here.
Yeah.
You can choose to have no name. You can choose to have whatever name you like, and make sure that you're subscribing as well. Right, William.
Hello.
I am all ears for the next piece of blip, blip, blip. Rewind.
Okay.
William.
Hi.
I am all ears, babe. Hit me with it. This is Will's statement today. Make sure you're listening, because we'll be asking a question about it on Tuesday, and you could win some stickers.
Stickers. Okay. First of all, thank you, everybody, for coming to my fake press conference. It's come to my attention that some people, some of whom I assumed to be my close personal friends, don't save people's names in their phones. This, quite frankly, is strange and abhorrent behavior. Okay, I can only imagine that this leads to daily confusion and upset. How do you know who you're calling if their name isn't saved in your phone? Or how do you know who you're texting? Or who's texting you if their name isn't saved in your phone? If you think about it, by not saving people's names in your phone, you're really only playing yourself. I'll not be taking any further questions at this time.
So, Will, I've got loads of questions.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
So, what bothers you the most? A 0 or a +44 or a +33 or a 001?
They're all equally as awful.
Okay.
What upsets me the most is that I was talking to my housemate, who I've lived with for a year, who we text every day, and it just didn't have my name. It didn't have Will. It didn't have Will Dell. It just nothing. I was like, is our friendship not valuable enough for you to have my name in your phone?
And so Mr. Cocker does this. I pick up his phone and I'm like, how do you know who is phoning you?
Yeah.
And how do you know who you're calling? Yeah. And how much time have you lost in your day from not knowing the answer to either of those questions?
And how do you know if your phone rings and it just, especially if it doesn't have a picture as well,
or it's an ex-girlfriend or boyfriend and you don't want to speak to them?
How are you going to know?
How do you know?
You're not telling me that you're memorizing everybody's number.
Are you a phone name saver or non-saver? I want to know. Tell me in the chat now. Ask your Amazon device to say saver, non-saver. Saver is if you save people's names. Non-saver is if you don't. I want to know. It's interesting, isn't it? It's like so Stacey's a saver.
Good for you, Stacey. Good for you. Well done.
Yeah. 100% saver. I'm saying that's Rachel Sunday.
It's not.
Who is it?
Diana.
Diana never uses a capital.
She's passionate about being a saver. I'm a strict. My rule, of course, is a rule.
Yeah.
First name, last name.
Oh, okay.
My ex-boyfriends have been upset at me in the past because they're like, "Oh, am I just in your name as first name, last name?" I said, "Yeah." Like, no nicknames. No, you're not going to be saved in my name as Bumblebee. There's no emoji, no love hearts, nothing. First name, last name.
I have to save people. I do have their first name, but I also have a context second name. So it'd be like Rachel's first name, Ruth's mum, second name.
That's a good one. I've got, sometimes I put it in company. If there's a company field, I'll put in how I know them.
Yeah. I did go through a phase. saying, giving a description. So I would put people in as Satna
Like-
has a gold soul.
Will Dell, massive biceps, even bigger ego.
No, Will Dell always got a rule.
Will Dell, rule follower.
Stacey says, I'm a name saver, so I know who's calling. Sonny says, I save names for the people who text me.
Yeah.
Automated services adjust numbers.
Always just.
And then Gav says everything. Gav's like on it. Address, email number, no. Address, email number, birthday, etc.
Yeah.
Well,
To be
Gav,
fair,
you win on the contacts book.
I've recently started adding addresses for people who I need to like send stuff to. Or
Yes. Go
if
to
I-
their houses a lot.
Yeah. I think I've got your address saved. I've got like my close friends who I send, like anybody who I send a birthday card to.
Basically, anyone whose oven you're allowed to turn on, you have their address.
Pretty much, yeah. I also have instructions on how to operate their oven.
Yeah, you have to go to the internet.
That's a joke.
Internet, tell me. Computer, tell me. Stacey's a first namer only. I add where I met them, like what networking group. That's a good one.
That was Rachel. That is a good idea.
Hands up if you remember a time where you had to memorize people's phone numbers.
No. I think I've forgotten my parents' landline.
Oh, I
Do
know
you
mine.
remember?
Yeah,
Are you good at
it's
it?
still only got 5 numbers. So in this country, you have your code, your location code, which is like 4 numbers, and then you have the code, the house number. And so my mum's number, I'm not going to give you the code, but they've still, my mum still answers the phone. Hello, Lambourne 71357. That's so great. Hello. But when the landline phones now, don't you go, oh, that's my mum? But no one uses the landline.
Just like a scam caller.
Yeah. Well, we don't have a landline anymore, but when we used to, I'd be like, that's either my mum or your dad is what we'd say.
Because we used to do, when we were kids, and my aunt used to do it with her mum, just let it ring, give us 3 rings to let us know that you got there safely.
That is good.
Like, just so you don't have to pick it up, but if it rings 3 times at about 8 o'clock, we'll know.
Yeah, that's a good tactic.
Anyway, so
and you
that's
do
what
that.
was
You
my
do that. You go
tactic.
1, 2, 3. Is that the middle one? Oh no, they're home safe.
Oh, so we need to pick it up.
Diana remembers memorizing numbers.
Yeah. I don't think I know my own, but and I've fallen for this before. My phone number ends in a 4, but I can never remember if it ends in a 4 or a 5.
Your own phone number?
Yeah, you've had to not tell me off, but you've pointed out before. Will, you said that your number ends in a 5 and it doesn't. It ends in a 4.
Oh no, that's worrying.
Yeah.
I get 5s and 8s mixed up.
Okay.
Right. Should we do some news because we're running out of time?
It's 1:30.
It's
None of the news.
We've
None of
covered
the
coffee
trivia.
orders, coffee names.
Okay.
We've done what was the positive everyday context,
Context.
worldview, and we've mentioned underpants only once in 30 minutes, and you've reorganized everybody's phone book. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's fly through the news. Crocs are making a comeback.
I know, this is great news.
Is it?
It's good news, right?
For some people. On Tuesday, the shoemaker reported that sales of Crocs have gone up. They rose 64% in the first quarter compared to last year.
Let me tell you something about Crocs.
Please.
First of all, if you line them with a good sock, they're great on a campsite.
Okay.
Yeah. Second of all, they are like the cockroaches of shoes. In that, I think if there was an apocalypse or a nuclear apocalypse or whatever it is, they always say that cockroaches would survive that, right?
Yeah, so would Crocs.
The world would be littered with cockroaches and Crocs.
I'm not interested. Count me out.
I love a Croc.
I've never actually worn them, I don't think.
It's less about comfort. It's more about
Practicality.
Nurses wear them and stuff, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And to be fair, I've got these awful ancient like slip-on shoes where I've trodden the back down. that I use when I need to like take stuff out to the bin.
Correct.
So,
Correct
Crocs.
usage for Le Croc. Also, my step up from a Croc is that I've got some Birkenstocks, you know, the sandals,
Yeah, familiar.
made of Croc material.
Oh, rubber.
Rubber, yeah, and they're perfect.
Nice. Let us know. Are you pro or anti-Croc?
Gav has said, Kate, I used to think you were a person of good taste. Hey, look, I have
Gav, you're my
great
favourite.
taste, but I'm also an incredibly practical human
Very
being.
practical.
I like to be efficient. I like to be comfortable, and I will take that over anything.
It's practicality first,
Uh-huh.
taste second.
Yep. Hey, I got
Nice.
kingfishers on my jacket. Of course, I got taste.
It is a cute.
a
I did
bird
say that
on
to you
it.
this morning.
Stick a bird on it. I wear this jacket about once a year.
Yeah, it's nice.
This time of year. It's a this time of year jacket.
I'm doing that thing. I'm so sorry. I know we've got to crack on. Stacey's already telling us off.
Okay.
I'm doing that thing where I've bought a new outfit and just wearing it all the time.
Oh, I love it when that happens.
I know, it's so much fun. Okay, next.
Go.
A Florida high schooler has been accepted into 72 colleges.
What?
Now, I love this, and I think there might be an episode of Everyday Positivity in it. Not that I'm telling you how
Okay, great. Now I need some ideas for next week.
I'm not telling you what to do on your own podcast, but Jalea Thornton, she was like, oh no, I've got...
Jalea Thornton.
Thank you. She thought, oh no, I've got to apply to colleges, and that's daunting and stressful and scary. So she decided to turn it into a game and see how many she could get accepted into.
This is an episode.
Exactly. It turns out 72, which is loads.
Oh, I'm copying and pasting that into my table.
She said,
Right.
I wanted to broaden my horizons and explore some different schools outside of her state. And she settled on Xavier University of Louisiana, where she will be doing pre-med psychology.
Right. So, isn't that wonderful, number one?
Yes.
Number two, this is 99 No's.
It is 99 no's.
99
this
no's.
Is, if there's 100 people in a room, 99 might not believe in you, but one does. That's the Lady Gaga pop
Oh,
culture
right.
reference.
Okay. Interesting. No, this is 99 No's. This is, I really would love it if a publisher would publish my book.
Mm-hmm.
And so you get the first no and you go, oh, well, I'm never going to bother again. And I have done that in my life.
Yeah.
I have done that in my life. But actually, you should aim for 99 no's because the 100th one will be the one that you get.
Mm-hmm.
I love this. Do you know what else I really like about this is that I've had to really work hard over the last 3 weeks around my money situation. And I don't sort of perceive myself, well, I perceive myself to be good with money, but I perceive myself to find it complicated and difficult. And I've got to remember what money's going in and where it's going and what I did and what sums I did. And I find it really complicated. And I've had to kind of give myself a bit of a kick and go, look, if you wanted to learn how to do a pull-up, what would you do? You'd go and learn how to do it. You'd focus on it. Mm-hmm. And so I've sort of had to deploy some of these things from the other areas of my life into the bit I'm finding difficult. And what I hadn't thought about was, well, if I find it difficult, I should do 100 of them.
Yeah.
And so this Florida high schooler, Jalea Thornton, has changed my world.
That is good.
Yeah.
Good job. But yeah, that's it. No further comments.
Okay, fine. Next.
I didn't even. You can
Do it again. Do it again. See, I want the same delay.
Next. You can have 99 bongs, but one of the I don't know. Family mistakes.
Which one?
I don't know. 100th one has got a new story attached to it.
Oh, that's so funny.
A family mistakes a coyote pup for a dog and takes it home. It's very cute. That's
now,
the wrong
but
one.
is everything okay in this household? Because coyotes are quite. I'm a bit worried about this mistake.
Everybody is fine.
It's
It
like
was
we've
only a
taken a
puppy.
gremlin home, but we didn't know.
We didn't know. Massachusetts family took home what they thought was a lost dog, only to later realize it was actually a coyote pup.
Oh.
It's currently just like hanging out at the vets.
My cat would hate that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she does not like going to the vets. She gets sweaty paws.
I mean, you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Hang on, I've got. In 1 second, I'm going to show you.
Is there going to be
pictures
some
of people that are
pictures?
cooking. It's very cute. Everybody is fine, and it's going to be reunited with its sibling.
Can I just make a point that Sunny has said
Yes.
about Crocs? Just circling back to Crocs. Gav says, I used to think you had taste. Sunny said, I feel like it's fashionable to dislike Crocs. I think she's right. They seem so simple and convenient. Maybe people don't like it when things are simple and convenient.
Wow. Steve, come look at my coyote pup.
I'm with your coyote. Oh, look.
I know. Look at those eyes.
Look at those eyes.
If you're not watching on an Echo show or you can't see, it just looks. I mean, it looks like a tiny coyote because it's a little baby, but it's got its like little front paws under its chin, and it's got these big eyes. It looks so soft.
It's got puppy fur. So what's the story here? Is it just that they took it home and then they've taken it to the vets?
The punchline is
not that I'm being a bit like about your story, but
no,
what is the story?
The kind of punchline, the joke is that they thought it was a dog puppy, and they took it home because they thought it was a lost stray. And then when they took it to the vet, they were like, "This is a coyote," but now they're gonna reintroduce it back into its coyote family. And everybody's safe and nobody got like attacked.
My friend, someone, is there a trampoline in this next minute?
There can be. Do you want me to do that so you can tell your story?
Trampoline bit, please.
This story reminded me of a different story that I saw earlier in the week about a man who came out of his house and thought he saw like an old man, like kind of hunched over on a wall, and he thought the man thought he was unwell, so he kind of went up to him and said, "Are you okay? Is everything all fine?" Turns out it was just a trampoline that had blown over.
I've got another one of these stories. I'm going to bring it to you right now, live. As I think about it. Someone we know, our friend Simon.
Oh yeah.
Posted in his Facebook page, personal Facebook page, about he went for a walk and he saw a massive pile of mud, huge pile of mud.
Yeah.
And he posted on his Facebook. Hang on, I'm just going to find it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it?
It's that thing where you're not going to be able to find it.
Here it is. Found it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to share. This is where I go share screen and it won't let me.
Should do.
Share screen. Window. You. Share. Screen recording for the browser. Mm-hmm. Right, I'm going to put this in the chat, mister. Can you sort it for in a bit's time?
Yes.
Okay, there's the first one. And this means I'm going to have to send you the quiz as well.
Okay, we can do that. All of that.
I will send you the quiz. Good you.
Sorry, this content isn't available at this time.
Oh. Basically, he posted a picture of a massive pile of mud, like one of those building piles of mud.
Yeah.
And he posted, I'm slightly concerned that the moles have got quite big around here because it literally looks like a
giant molehill.
The local newspaper got in touch with him and asked for a story.
It's not that funny.
No, they were like, I don't know, I can't even quite work out how. Okay, I'm going to find the quiz. Do you want to set the next bit going?
Yes. In the meantime, let's do... This is another animal story. It's kind of Dolly news at arm's length. A zoo in Oregon has named its new baby orangutan after a famous Dolly Parton song. Would you like to take a guess at which one?
Coat of Many Colours.
Incorrect. It's Jolene.
Oh, I was going to guess again.
Sorry, it's
Two
Jolene.
doors down.
No. It's called Jolene because it's got flaming locks of auburn hair.
Oh,
it's very cute. And that's it.
Very cute.
That's all the Dolly news you're getting. Until next week.
Orangutan news.
Orangutan news. Was that mostly orangutan news? Maybe. But cut me some slack, okay? Dolly's... She can't do everything twice a week. You know what? I'm going to send her an email saying, "Hi Dolly, please could you do something twice a week so we can do it on Dolly News?"
At least twice a week. And particularly the weeks you don't have anything coming out. Like a book or
like if you're not doing anything. Could you just say
award.
something?
Yeah.
post a picture.
Yeah.
Just
Big
something.
time.
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
time. What am I looking for? The
The
quiz.
quiz, please.
Quick.
I'm gonna do a shout out to Stacey, Steve, Sarah, who are here in the stream, and everybody who is watching on the Facebook group
They
as
are
well.
in the stream. That is who they are.
That's where they are. Stacey, thank you for being a subscriber. If you're watching on an Echo show, there's a subscribe button in one of the corners. If you hit that, you'll get alerts about when me and Kate are doing the show.
That's amazing. Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
Alert.
It's Positivity Island time. That's not
Positivity
how it
cover
goes.
time.
Okay. Are you ready for...
There's a slight delay, I think, as well.
The delay is in my brain most of the time.
Okay, there's a delay on your bong.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Okay. First question, please, Will. No looking at the answers. Okay, let me explain how you can get involved today. So
Yes.
if you could play along with this quiz, all you have to do is let me know what you think the answer is. Is it A, B, C, or D? We'll put the question on the screen. I'll read it out. All you have to do is ask your Amazon Echo to say A, B, C, or D. So it would sound like Eliza say A, Eliza say B, Eliza say C, Eliza say D. Here we go. What is the currency of Norway? Is it A, taka, B, kroner, C, dirham, or D, euro? If you think it's taka, it's Eliza say A. If you think it's kroner, it's Eliza say B. If you think it's dirham, Eliza say C. If you think it's euro, Eliza say D. What do you think it is, Will?
I'm torn between... For some reason, I'm drawn to krone, even though my first thought was euro. Krone is...
Oh,
I don't know.
Steve.
I'm going to go with krone.
Steve says B, kroner.
I'm saying B krone.
Steve says it twice.
Yes.
Say it again.
Sunny says B. Oh, everyone's saying krone.
Diana says B. Okay. In which case, I think that what are you going to go for, Will?
I'm going with B krone.
Oh, look, it is.
It's got little holes in it.
It does. I tell you what, that is quite nice, the old Norwegian money currency. The krona was introduced in 1875, replacing the Norwegian spicidala.
Okay.
Spicidala.
I can see why they replaced it.
Yeah. In doing so, Norway joined the Scandinavian Monetary Union, which had been established in 1873.
Okay.
Next question. Which country was Nutella invented in? Was it A, Italy, B, Finland, C, Belgium, D, Switzerland? If you think it's Italy, Eliza, say A. If you think it's Finland, Eliza, say B. If you think it's Belgium, Eliza, say C. If you think it's Switzerland, Eliza, say D. What's it gonna be?
You see, my first thought was Belgian because chocolate, you know, but I think it might be Italian.
Sunny is saying D, Switzerland.
Nice. Okay. What else?
Steve is saying D, Switzerland.
Everyone's saying D. Rachel's saying
Rachel's
D.
saying
Total
D,
guess.
total guess. What are you going to go for, Will?
Well,
Are you going to go with your friends or against your friends?
my first thought was Italy, but everybody's saying Switzerland, and they seem pretty on it.
Do they now?
Yeah, they do. So I'm gonna say D, Switzerland.
Oh, it's Nutella.
I like those fancy jars.
Nutella.
Is that your Italian accent?
Yeah, I think that was, if you said it in that way, you'd have got it.
Okay, I'll try that next time.
Yeah.
It was Italy, everybody.
So Nutella is manufactured by the Italian company Ferrero.
Like Ferrero Rocher.
That's what's in a Ferrero Rocher.
Yeah. I wrote to Ferrero once. I said, "Hi Ferrero, my name's Will. I'm 25. Please, can you make crunchy Nutella? Like in the same way that they make crunchy peanut butter." I said, "Please, can you make crunchy Nutella with little bits of hazelnut and little bits of chocolate in it?" And they said, "Will, please go and get a job." And leave us alone.
I like that you went, hello, my name's Will.
Yeah. You gotta introduce yourself if you want to create a product.
Do you think that Nutella's actual real name is Ella? Like Cinderella's real name.
I see what I did there, Kate, and I really enjoyed it. Next.
No, I'm still reading about it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I like that we've discovered that Nutella, it's blown my mind that Nutella is a Ferrero Rocher brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. And was first, 1964, although its first iteration dates to 1963. Oh, okay. French Senator Yves Dordigny proposed a tax increase on palm oil from €100 to €400 per ton. At 20%, palm oil is one of Nutella's main ingredients. And the tax was dubbed the Nutella tax in the media. Oh.
Maybe that does sound a bit familiar.
Okay.
Maybe that's why they didn't make crunchy Nutella like I asked for.
Maybe they were like, maybe not, Will.
That will.
Okay, next question. What did Apple launch in 1986? Is it A, the first MacBook, B, a clothing line, C, a fast food joint, or D, a makeup line?
I know this because I'm a big nerd.
If you think it's the first MacBook, Eliza say A. If you think it's a clothing line, Eliza say B. If you think it's a fast food joint, Eliza say C. If you think it's a makeup line, Eliza say D. What do we think it could be?
I think it's B, a clothing line. Because I seem to remember seeing some vintage Apple t-shirts from circa that time.
Oh. Rachel says MacBook.
Rachel's saying
Steve
MacBook.
says A, but it's come out hey, which I quite like. Sonny
Steve-
says A, MacBook.
Yeah. Oh, everyone's saying MacBook. I'm going to stick to my guns on this one.
So if I was to go, right, the psychology of an A, B, C, D pairing, I think it's a bit obvious to say the first MacBook. Because if it was the first MacBook, the B, C, D would be the first iPhone, the first iPad, the first Apple Watch. So I don't think the answer is MacBook.
Okay, I don't really understand what you're getting at. I still think it's a clothing line because I just know it.
Okay, let's look then.
Okay, here's the answer.
Oh, it's a clothing line.
I really want one. You can get them on eBay for hundreds of pounds.
No, you can't get them on eBay for hundreds of pounds.
Yes, you can get them on eBay for hundreds of pounds.
In 1986, 1 year after Steve Jobs resigned as the chairman, the company attempted to see just how far their fans would follow them with the launch of the Apple Collection, a line of Apple-branded clothing, accessories, and lifestyle items that encouraged customers to show their support for the company, including an $1,100 sailboard and a $35 Apple Watch.
Irony.
Oh, how times have changed.
I like that.
How many parts does a brain have?
Oh, a bunch.
How many parts does Will's brain have?
It's one.
How many parts does a brain have? Is it A, 1, B, 2, C, 3, D, 4? If you think it's 1, Eliza say A. If you think it's 2, Eliza say B. If you think it's 3, Eliza say C. If you think it's 4, Eliza say D.
So I'm going to be honest. My first instinct was like 12.
Yeah.
Like the frontal lobe, the amygdala, that's 2. The something cortex, and there's at least, I'm going to say D4.
Rachel Sunday says 3C.
3C, or not
C3. Diana says 3C.
Sonny's with me. Sonny's saying D4, which I think it's 4 as well. Are we ready to find out?
I don't know.
What do you think? Do you know?
I know.
Oh, well, it's because you wrote the questions.
I've got the answer.
Yeah, because you got the answers. It's got to be. I think it's more than 4. I think this is wrong.
Well, why don't you find out?
Okay.
'Tis 3.
No. Cerebellum,
Yeah.
cerebrum,
Yeah.
brainstem.
Yeah.
I don't accept that as an answer. What about the amygdala?
Well, I think I'm going to say...
The amygdala is definitely
I
a
don't
part
know
of the
where
brain.
the amygdala is. It's the brainstem, that.
Because that's where fear comes from.
A lot of comes out of the amygdala.
Including, but not limited to, fear. No amygdala, no fear. That's what they say.
Well, I know someone who stopped feeling fear and still had an amygdala.
But on that documentary about that guy who goes free climbing, he was like, "Oh, the reason he's not scared is because he's got an amygdala."
But does that mean he doesn't feel love too?
He was single and lived in a van. I'm not saying that they're related, but
The 3 parts of the brain include the cerebrum, which initiates and coordinates movement, the brainstem, which connects the cerebrum to the spinal cord, and the cerebellum, which coordinates voluntary muscle movements and maintains posture, balance, and equilibrium. And there we all were, thinking it was just the conscious and the unconscious.
I don't like that. I don't accept that as an answer.
Well, the brain is hugely more complicated than that
I know.
diagram
That's what I'm
allows.
saying.
But I think if you wanted to simplify the brain, you'd give it 3 parts.
I don't. I want to complexify it.
Front, back, middle.
Yeah. Okay.
Top, back, middle. Okay. What country has the most vending machines per capita?
I know.
Is it a travel lodge?
Is that a country?
Go on. Is it A, China, B, Japan, C, USA, D, Indonesia? If you think it's China, Eliza say A. If you think it's Japan, Eliza say B. If you think it's USA, Eliza say C. If you think it's Indonesia, Eliza say D. Oh, Diana's straight in. B, Japan.
I think it's Japan too. I'm with you on this one.
D, Indonesia, says Sunny. B says Japan, says...
P says all of Japan.
Yeah. Oh, there's another one.
Yeah,
Rachel Sunday,
lots of
B,
Japan.
Japan.
Steve said Japan.
We're going Japan? It's Japan. The reason Japan has so many... I've said Japan so many times, it sounds weird.
It sounds like not a real word anymore.
It's not a word anymore.
Yeah.
Japan. The reason Japan has so many vending machines is due to the high population density and high real estate prices. People don't have a lot of room to store consumer goods, so companies would rather stick a vending machine on a street than open up a retail store.
That makes sense.
Then you learn something every day.
Every day's a learning day.
So every Tuesday and Thursday, I like to give you a positivity activity, which we've never ever made into one word as a feature. The reason I give you a positivity activity is because I believe that positivity is a skill and a habit that you can practice and nurture.
Yeah.
Now, I always say to you that positivity is not about pasting a smile over the cracks of life. It's about dealing with the cracks of life and knowing that you can deal with the cracks of life. And one of the ways that I think we have to know that we can deal with the cracks of life is to feel all of the feelings and really reach into those spaces that cause us comfort and discomfort. So today's positivity activity is just take a minute. In fact, I'll tell you the minute you can take. The one where you want to look at your phone and then you realise that you don't have it with you. This is the minute that you can take and you can focus inwards and go, right, what's going on in my body right now? What's going on here? How does it feel? What does that sensation mean? What's it like in my feet? What's it like in my hands? And just bring yourself into focusing on you. And you know what this is? This is about being present. So the activity is focus inwards, and you're going to do it that minute that you go, where's my phone? Whoa. Mind blown?
Breathe. That minute happens to me at least a bunch of times a day.
Yeah.
It's a nice
Because I
moment
think
of
I think that is our ultimate habit, isn't it? That we go, oh, where's my phone? And you feel it in your whole body, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
And then when it's not there, that's the moment that I want you to get present. I want you to go, oh, what's going on in my body? How does it feel in my fingers? And how does it feel in my toes? And go like that all the way through. Channel, you're in a wet. thank you very much for taking part in on Positivity Island today. All I know to be true is that we have opened up the human bean. It means that Dolly Parton can leave her positivity shack and go and grab herself a coffee. We've had a great time with you today. Will and I will be back on Tuesday, and we'll be talking about Will's statement again. So make sure you've memoirized it. Remember, it was about people saving their numbers or not saving their numbers. And don't worry that if you want to be friends with Will, he'll be friends with you regardless of whether you save numbers or not.
It's true. I need more friends.
We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back on Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern American time.
Yep.
Jam and Renee are up next. Sorry, Jam and Renee, I just in my head, I had a brain fart. Jam and Renee are up next. Make sure you stay with them. They have got lots of great stuff for you. Have a great day. You have 100% got this.